Am I live? I think I'm live. Welcome back to the final K. We have got the final stage of the Itzulia Basque Country. There's 43.1 kilometers to go. The weather is shocking, and the race is completely split apart. I'm late again. Apologies, but yes, we've got the shortest stage of the entire week. It's 135 kilometers long, in and around that, and we've 43 kilometers left until it is all over. But yeah, what is happening? The whole race is just completely split apart. So up the front of the road, we've got Mark Soler, Skelmoza, and Ben Healy. They're the three at the very front of the race. 56 seconds down on them is a massive group of 32 riders, which consist of five NOX riders, Tobias Hallen Johannesson being one of them, four Visma riders, two Ineos riders, two EF Education riders, Balocki and Michael Leonard, two Caja Real, three Alpecin, one Barry and one Picnic, three Movistar, including Tess Fascion and Pedro Lopez. Matthew Riccatello's in there, Badgioli of Little Trek. We've got Igor Arrieta of UAE, two Groupama riders, Steph Kras and Velasco from Astana. Hello, Cat. We all good? Down on the pellet, so they're 56 seconds down on the Ben Healy group. 3 minutes and 8 seconds down on the Ben Healy group is the Paul Sexas group, who he's got four riders with him. One from Red Bull, he's got Tim Rex from Visma, a rider from Burgos, and Caja Real, but he has attacked the GC favourites group. So that is Group Lipowitz, which are about 25, 30 seconds off of Paul Sexas. So that includes Chapousson, Lipowitz, Utebrooks, Javier Romo, Peo Bilbao, Ian Izagiri, Alex Bodin, and Kevin Vaquelin. And then Primoz Roglic, he is in no man's land. It says 4 minutes and 30 question mark, so they don't even have an actual time. Hello, Friday. So what are we looking at now? 42.3k to go. Still the same three riders out the front. And I was going to say something, but I completely forgot what I was going to say. They're currently on the Category 3 climb. Is that the right? That's the wrong stage. Why is that? I changed that. I thought I... Wait, what? Hold up, the stage is wrong. Let me get this sorted. Right, there we go. That should be the stage sorted now. So they are currently sat exactly where that arrow is. They're currently on that climb right now. So they're towards the top of it. And after that, there is one more Category 3 climb to go. But UNOX yet again looking to get a stage win here with five riders in the breakaway. Tobias Hallen Johannesson, Andreas Kron. Then we've got Johannes Kolset, Martin... Oh, no. I can't pronounce the other two guys' names, but there's Martin from UNOX, who wears 206, and the rider for 207 as well. Is Tobias Hallen Johannesson in the points jersey? Virtually? He is indeed. He sat second in the points jersey, so that is the GC on your screen. Paul Sexas in first, as he has been all week. We've got Florian Lipowitz in second. Primoz Roglic in third, but that looks like he is going to drop out of the top five if he can't get into a good position here. I think that... No, it's Lipowitz the camera's on. So it is. And then we've got Ian Izagiri in third and Alex Bodin in fifth. In sixth, we have Harold Tejada. Seventh is Kian Utebrooks. Eighth is Clement Chapousson. And then ninth is Peo Bilbao. And 10th is Javier Romo. As well, there, Peo Bilbao has just he announced his retirement there before the stage started today. So he is retiring. I haven't looked into it properly. I don't know if he's retiring. I think he obviously will retire at the end of the season. But yeah, that was the news this morning that he announced that. Hello, Sharky. And yeah, the weather is horrific looking. They've all got their jackets on. The Ben Tullett didn't start today's stage, so he didn't start for Visma. Julian Alaphilippe as well didn't start. I think I remember them saying in commentary that he didn't start because he's going to focus on the Ardennes or something. I don't actually know. And then Ilan van Wilder of Quickstep, he abandoned the race there during today. There was also Enzo Pellini from Groupama, and then Gotson Martin from Escutal as well. They didn't start. How many kilometers left? There are exactly, on where I am at now, there is exactly 41.1 kilometers to go. We've got Uno X here doing the work at the front of this this chasing group on the breakaway. PCS is calling them the peloton. They're that big, you could class them as a peloton. But, yeah. Well, I call them Paul Saxas. It's weird. It's going to be weird to say Paul Saxas is behind the peloton, but it is all over the road at the moment. I did see, one of the climbs before, Skelmose did seem to drop, but he has got back on. I think it was the Category 2 climb that he looked to drop on, but he seemed to have got back on. Right, so they've updated now. Wait, what? So there's 2 pelotons according to PCS. I don't know what way I'm gonna word these groups. Call it the Johannesson group, maybe. He is I'll call it the Johannesson group. So Paul Saxas, he attacked on the Category 2 climb there, just before the climb that they're on now. He attacked. He obviously has Matthew Riccatello up the road in the Johannesson group. What's this camera on now? Is it on the? What group's that? Is that the Paul Saxas? Yeah, it is. It was the camera's on Paul Saxas. There, he's with a quick step rider at the moment up the road on the other GC favourites. The car was up beside him, just screaming at him. Obviously, some motivation. But Paul Saxas he's a minute and 40 down on the Johannesson group. So if he can catch that, I think he's about is he hitting the descent? PCS and who's on the descent? Because there's no way they still look like they're climbing. PCS says they're on the descent, but on the actual TV it looks like they're climbing. But I think on the descent, Paul Saxas could maybe pull something off. Now the road is going to be like ice with the rain, but he said no matter the terrain, it doesn't bother him. He has good bike handling skills because of his cyclocross, but he will obviously want to stay on the bike and win his first ever stage race. I think I seen something. Let me actually check. I seen something to do with him winning this. Let me see if I can actually find it, because I didn't actually know this. If it is, did I like it? Please tell me I liked it. Yeah, I did. So apparently Paul Saxas. Oh no, it's in French. Let me translate it here. What happened to Primoz? Good question. I don't know. I haven't been watching the stage from when it started, so I've just been dipping in and out of it. I had to do a few things there today, and yeah, I haven't really had an eye on the race. But he isn't in the group. I know Paul Saxas attacked, so maybe he attacked and he couldn't hold on, or maybe he just dropped in general. But what was I going to say there? Yeah, so if Paul Saxas wins this would be the first ever stage race won by a Frenchman since 2007. And since then, there has been 246 stage races that have taken place. The last winner was Christophe Moria, maybe. He was a rider for AJ2R, and he did it in 2007, the Dauphiné. So that was the last time. Yes, it is. Johnny, you got it there. That is the last time a Frenchman has won a stage race in World Tour racing. So there was nothing mentioned about Roglic on the PCS feed. Maybe he just dropped then from the attack, or maybe that is the reason. Maybe he just couldn't keep up with the attack, and the GCS, the GCS. Oh, you're kidding! The GC guys, when they went to try and catch Paul Saxas, they just couldn't. That was a long time ago indeed. So they're on the Ben Healy, Mark Soler, and Skelmoser are on the descent now. I need to get a poll going. Hello, Shelley. All good? So UAE yet again at the front of the race, and they've got Igor Arieta. They've got the three riders in the group behind Mark Soler: Igor Arieta, Grobschartner, and Novak. They've got Mark Soler up the front, so they are dying to get something out of this Itzulia Basque Country. So they are. Skelmoser, obviously he dropped yesterday, so he did, and he's obviously looking to get something out of this for Little Trek. And then Ben Healy crashed instead. I actually seen something about that from his crash. Apparently it was something to do with, like I said on stage when I was talking about it in stage 2, it was something to do with some old lady crossing the road and he hit her at 50 kilometers an hour, but the commentator said they inquired about it and there was no injuries with the old lady or anything like that. So I don't know what has happened, but he obviously seems to be in better condition after the crash, seeing he's in the breakaway today, and he's got the Ardennes coming up, so he's going to use any chance he can get to prepare for them. I hope he actually wins today's stage. What was my prediction again? My prediction was Kevin Vaclin. I said that my prediction was that we're going to get a reduced bunch sprint of all the GC guys after the final climb, and Kevin Vaclin's going to win, and I couldn't be more wrong, so I couldn't. Attack from Sexas so close to close the gap. Right, okay. Small gap here from Healy and Skelmoser, Mark Soler, but he is closing it down. I thought he was dropping there, but it must have just been after the descent. He's closing the gap down now. Steph Kras from Quickstep is the rider alongside Paul Sexas. He was in the front group, but he seemed to have dropped from it, and he has now joined Paul Sexas. The gap between them now is a minute and 20, maybe a minute and 20. So it is close. The gap is getting smaller, but I think they might still be on the descent. PCS, either I'm behind, either I don't know. Yeah, so Paul Sexas is still on the descent according to PCS, so he's got some time to make up. After the descent, though, it is a bit of a drag up to the final climb, so he is going to have to exert a lot of energy in order to try and catch this group. Come on, Ben Healy, I agree. Was the last Tour de France winner in 1985. Well, there you go. That just shows you how successful the French have been in the Tour de France in, as I was going to say, recent years, in the past 40 years. Oh. I will get a poll going up in a moment, but I actually don't know who to put in the poll, to be honest with you. The women's Tour de France. Well, there you go. I guess you can count that nowadays, with the women's sport being. It's actually growing now. The women's sport at the moment, to be honest, I don't follow it. I've tried to get into it. I've seen the Strade Bianche, the final in it, and I thought it was actually very, very good. But I know a few names. Like, I would know a few names if they were mentioned. Am I streaming anywhere else or just YouTube? I will get back to that in a second, but just on the women's sport, the news that broke as well for the Paris-Roubaix, they're actually cutting the TV time that the women's race is getting, which is if I was following the women's race, I'd be pretty pissed with it. Like, but I think what is it? It's the first time that they're going to be in the same day. I think it's the 6th edition for the Paris-Roubaix for the women, and it's like the first time that they're going to be on the same day, and I don't. And I think they're the last ones to race. I think the men's go, then the under-23s go, then the juniors go, and then the women are last. So they have to race on the cobbles after 3 other races on it. I think it is a bit yeah, I don't agree with that now, but and I don't agree with the cut TV time, but I think it is just to do with budget as well. But it isn't with the women's sport growing. It isn't a step forward. Put it that way. So, am I streaming anywhere else on YouTube? I'm planning on streaming on mind blank. I'm planning on streaming on TikTok at some point. I want to try and get that set up. Every time I think about it and go to set it up, I forget about it. But I want to stream on TikTok at some point. As for like other platforms, I'm only on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. I was thinking of doing a Twitter, but I just don't like Twitter. I was thinking of doing Facebook as well, but we will have to see. Sorry, speaking of men's, the women's is much more competitive. I know many of the ladies too, but don't watch many races live. I think it's a shame that they're on the same day. I suppose it is. You'd make a whole weekend out of it. Now it's just all happening on Sunday, and there's going to be that much going on that the main headline will obviously be the winner of the men's race, and then it will just dilute down to the women's, then the juniors, then the under 23s and the juniors. So it's not going to get that same after race spectacle. The women's race can be hardly fought. There isn't a POG equivalent. Yeah, but the Strada Bianchi was like I said, was probably the first. I watched the end of the Milan San Remo as well. Once that crash happened, I thought, holy, that crash was awful. But when I watched the Strada Bianchi, it was like night and day. Like Pogacar attacked, and he like 60 kilometers to go, and then the women. I thought the sprint for the end was brilliant. There was like 8 of them going on to that final climb. I thought it was actually very good to watch. So we're coming into the final 32 kilometers now, 31.8. I'm going to change that to 30 kilometers because I forgot to change it to 35. Update on the gaps now. Mark Soler, Skelmoza and Ben Healy are now 25 seconds up the road on the 28 riders that are chasing them, the mini peloton. Then 2 minutes and 9 seconds down the road is Paul Sexas and Steph Kras of Quickstep. Kras was obviously in the mini peloton up the road, but he has dropped from it. The group for Lipowitz, Utebrooks, Javier Romo, Bilbao, Ian Izagiri, Alex Bodin, Kevin Vacklin and Champusson. There are no times yet. The last time was on PCS. It says 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Now it's just updated there to 2:50, so I don't actually know the actual time for it. But yeah, the riders that are in this mini peloton to note are... There's Igor Arrieta for UAE, Grob Schartner for, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but he's for UAE as well. We've got Matthew Riccatello at Decathlon, a teammate for Paul Sexas. Tess Fassion for Movistar. He got third, wasn't it? Yeah, third in stage 3 after the Axel Laurence and Igor Arrieta 2 went up the road. He got third in the group behind. We've got Frank van den Broek, obviously a favourite of Johnny's. And we've got Verstringer from Alpecin as well. Balocki from AF Education, Peter Oxenberg from Ineos, and then Tobias Hallen Johannesson with 4 of his teammates. Visma have 3 as well. They've got Amaral Husing and Filippo Fiorelli. So they do. I wonder if Healy has it in him to beat Soler. I hope so. I hope he does. I would love to see Ben Healy win this. Like, he got a stage in it last year from a breakaway, and I hope he can get one today. I wasn't actually looking at I'm at an ad break now, but PCS have said Mark Soler is now 5 seconds down on Skelmoza and Healy, so he must have dropped. Mark Soler has been caught. Now PCS has just updated. Mark Soler has been caught by the Johannesson mini peloton group. So it is now just Skelmoza and Healy up the road. But I am on an ad break, so let me see. Was there any explanation by Trek for bumping Balocki? I actually didn't. I seen the video. TNT put the video up on Instagram. And I don't think they were going to give an explanation, just due to the fact of the reaction of the driver when Balocki turned around and said, what are you doing? You're literally driving into me. And the little Trek, the driver of the car, had his hand out the window as if to say, "Piss off, mate." Do you remember me? The peloton is catching. I can't see anything. The PCS has updated a 15-second gap now that Ben Healy and Skelmos have on the Johannesson group. Good morning from Ohio, USA. Hope you're saving your voice for tomorrow when Wout van Aert wins the Paris-Roubaix. We will see what the result is today, because if Ben Healy goes on to win it, I don't think I will. I don't think I'll have a voice for tomorrow. But we will see how exciting the finish is to this stage. And fingers crossed that my voice stays. Actually, I'll touch wood on. I'll touch wood on that one. Oh, right. 39 people in here, so just whilst everyone is in here, don't forget to subscribe. We're nearly at 300 subscribers. I think I'm like 278 now. I forgot to update that, but don't forget to subscribe, like the video as well. I am live tomorrow for the Paris-Roubaix, one of the biggest races of the year, one of my favourite races of the year, so it is going to be a good one if you want to come and watch along with me. My prediction for it, well, I've got a preview video out at the moment with 5 riders to watch, but I will tell you my prediction. My prediction for the Paris-Roubaix is Mads Pedersen to win it. That is my prediction. It is a bold one. It's fun seeing Wout get more popular. I think he's just a fan favourite. He's a rider that everyone wants to win, and he just can't get that win. But yes, still waiting for these ads to end. Have I seen Peter Sagan's whoosh ad in a while? I don't think I have. I can't remember if I have. And if I have, I don't think I have. I actually miss it a bit. I'll be there for sure. My favourite race. Oh, I hope it is a good race. Like, I hope it is. I hope I don't get. Obviously, it'll be an unreal spectacle if Van der Poel or Tadej Pogačar attack out the front and are able to hold it. But I don't want to see that. I want to see a very tight race, a very good race. Oh, here we go, Peter Sagan. His whoosh ad. Now we're back on TV, but I just want to see a good race. That's all. I don't care about the winner. I just want to see a good. Well, actually, I do it. Don't want Pogačar winning it, but I just want to see a good race. So if he does win it and it is a good race, I'll not be that annoyed by it. Is Sexas going for the stage? Dangerous game going solo with such a long valley. At least Riccatello in the break for the final climb. I think he wants another stage win. He has been quite confident in the interviews after. Every stage he has won, or interviews after stages he has finished. And I think the kid is just nuts, to be honest. Like, he's here, he's racing the Ardennes after, and I think he's just trying to win every race he's in. And at that age, can you really blame him? But I do agree, Matthew Riccatello up the road is a massive help, especially seeing it is Riccatello with I think I said at the start of the stream, it's a category. Is that even on the screen? Hold on. I know it is. I think I said at the start of the stream it's a category 3 climb to finish off. It's actually not. It's a category 2 climb. But that will be a massive help for Sexas. And if he does catch him, will he catch him? Johannesson's group 13 seconds down on Skelmos and Healy. Paul Sexas is 2 minutes down, so I don't know if he's going to bring that gap back, 2 minutes down, 27.1k to go. And the GC group behind him are, according to PCS, are 47 seconds behind him. I don't know. I don't actually know if he will get. I don't know if he'll catch up to this peloton here. I think he is practicing. Yeah, well, that's another good point. He's got enough a minutes lead that he can go and try new things before, because this will be his last race before Flèche Wallonne and the Liège-Bastogne-Liège. So maybe he's just trying something out to see what happens if he does do this. We need some snow or rain to make it level playing field. In the Paris-Roubaix, if it does rain, that will make things a lot more interesting. And I think all the favourites for the race will definitely be up in the air, because it'll be like cycling on ice. It's going to be kind of hard for Sexas. The hill that's left isn't super steep, but 2 minutes should be possible. Very little to prove at this point. Risky move. Yet again, another good point. But I think every time he does prove something, he wants to prove something else. It doesn't need to be proved, but yet he goes on to prove it. And with every race, he just seems to get better. So we've got the camera on this Tobias Hallen Johannesson group. He is now down to 3 teammates, 4 including himself. Visma, is it? I think it is. So the Johannesson group were just about to catch the Healy and Skelmose 2 up the front, but Healy, I think he attacked it, but it wasn't attack but he attacked up the road, and now the gap has increased, I believe. You could see them behind them, but I don't think you can see them behind them anymore. I'll wait for the camera to pan around to the back to see if you can. But riders from the Johannesson group are dropping off. I think it was 30, it was either 32 or 36 when I first came on. It's now down to 27. So it is. 3 riders from Ineos, 3 riders from Visma, 2 from Ineos, 1 from Caja Rural, 3 from Alpecin, 1 from Picnic, 3 from Movistar, 4 for UAE because Marc Soler has joined that group now, 1 for Lidl, 1 for Decathlon, 2 for Groupama, and 1 for Astana. They're on the it looks like they're descending now. A small descent maybe. Now they're going uphill. I think it is. The ascent off this final climb is going to be pretty good. It is 7.2 kilometers long, but it is it's like the first 4 kilometers of it have an average. The whole climb itself is 7.2 kilometers long, and it has an average of 5.4%. However, the last 3.2 kilometers have an average of 8%. So the final 3k is where things are going to kick up. Cameras on. Like, look at the rain here. The weather is nuts. The weather is really, really bad. So I think the descent after the final climb is going to be a really risky one, and yeah, it is. It's going to be interesting to see the final descent here, because of that, Sexas isn't onto the back of that group, and he tries to descend down to catch them. Oh, and then all the teams that are after a win in this small peloton, the Tobias Hallen Johannesson group, a lot of them will be going for the win, and they've got quite a lot of teammates in there as well, so they will be descending pretty hard as well. Soler is staying with the group for much longer than usual after an attack, so yeah, he hasn't dropped out the back yet. So I've got the group, or the camera on the front of Skelmose and Healy. Yes, the group behind are just about to catch. I'd say they're less than 10 seconds down on them. Skelmose at the front of these two, out of the saddle, trying to keep them away for as much or for as long as possible. But it does look like they are going to be caught sometime soon here. Looks over the shoulder to see how far they're behind us. Healy now moves to the left-hand side, gets out of the saddle and puts in a small attack. It's funny because Healy and Skelmose are like 10 seconds up the road trying to attack from this group, and the UAE rider is changing his jacket in the middle of it. Where are we? Sexas getting caught by GC group by the looks of it. Gap is closing down to 34 seconds. UAE is probably trying to get a stage win. Yeah. Right, so hold up. PCS says the gap is 35. No, 35. Why is my math all over? 35 seconds now from Paul Sexas to the GC group. So I do actually, like I said earlier, I think. Actually, I don't know if I said it. I don't know if I said he was going to get caught. I said it looks like he may get caught. But yeah, it does look like it is closing down. UAE are probably trying to get a stage win. I agree as well. Obviously, losing Del Toro was a big blow, and since then they have tried everything, sending riders in the break. Brandon McNulty had an attack out the front solo. Igor Arieta gets second after trying to go solo, but Alex Celerons goes with him. Groschartner's been in the break for the past few days. Marc Soler has been in the break the past few days, so they're trying everything possible to get something out of a stage. Good luck with Healy in stage win mode. Keeps going even with a 1 to 3 second gap. I know. I hope he isn't. I hope he isn't doing too much. And runs out of energy before the final climb, because I do think everyone will start attacking each other in the final 3 kilometers off that climb. I'm expecting Tobias Helen Johannesson to attack Tess Facion or Juan Pedro Lopez from Movistar as well. Sorry, the Healy and Skelmoza have been caught there. I was meant to say that, but I forgot. I think Igor Arieta will also attack for UAE. I'm trying to think who else. That'd probably be the names. Maybe Van de Broek from Picnic Post. He didn't. No, sorry, that was someone else. I was thinking of the Dutch rider from EF Education. He didn't attack on a previous stage, so don't know if Van de Broek will do one. UAE only cares about first in a race or GC for the most part. Well, I think that's what everyone cares about. I mean, if you're fighting for GC, you want either first in a race or, the GC. But I do understand what you're trying to say. So Paul Sexas. I think Paul Sexas went to grab a gel there and he couldn't. And then the quick step car pulls up beside Steph Crass and so Paul Sexas tried to get a gel there and couldn't because his coat covered it. And then the quick step car pulled up beside Steph Crass, who's on the wheel of Paul Sexas, and gave him a gel. Oh no. Yes, PCA, yeah, they are caught. They are indeed. Oh yeah, no, I know what you mean. The lower teams obviously, yeah, top 10, but I think every team wants first and GC, but no, I do get what you're saying. So we are now 20 oh flip, I forgot to change it. 20 kilometers to go now. Well, 20.9 kilometers to go. UAE now UAE are now at the front of this Tobias Helen Johannesson small mini peloton group, who are now the front of the race. So the break, they call them the break. I don't know what to call them, but UAE and Uno X are pacing at the front now, and they've no one else to catch. So all they need to do now is just keep the gap on Paul Sexas, who's a minute and 24 seconds down on them. PCS says the GC group behind Paul Sexas is 250, so he's 25 seconds. They are 25 seconds off Paul Sexas. So I think Paul Sexas is going to get caught here. I don't think we're looking at another Paul Sexas win. So we are. Oh. Well spotted, Johnny. Riccatello isn't actually noted in the front group anymore. So I wonder if he is waiting. I don't think it is the right move, because 2 minutes and 30, I don't think Riccatello can bring that back. Especially with Uno X and UAE at the front. So if he did drop to try and get it, Riccatello might have just threw his chances of a potential stage win. Because he would have been another one I would have expected to attack on that climb, provided Paul Sexas didn't make it. So I do wonder what happened to Matthew Riccatello. But the gap is now 2:32, so Paul Sexas isn't bringing this back at all, in my opinion, on his own. I don't even think with Matthew Riccatello. So 19.4k to go. So Scalmoza here at the back of this, what do I call it? The breakaway? Mini peloton? I'll just call it the peloton. But the peloton is at the front of the race, so Scalmoza at the back here of the peloton. So where is Ben Healy? Is Ben Healy even in it? Is he towards the front? It's hard to tell with all the jackets because they're all wearing black. So they are. Like all the jackets are either black or navy. You have to look for the helmets in a race like this. But the rain doesn't look to have let up at all. Like they are drenched. Right, let me see if I can get a poll going here. So we're into the final. Let's do... Who will I do? Arietta. Right, I'm going to do... let's do... Tobias Holland Johannesson. Apparently Andrew August is now in this Ineos group. I don't know what's going on. Real Garcia Pierna from Movistar's in this group. Apparently Juan Pedro Lopez and Tess Fascion are no longer in it. I don't know. I don't even think PCS know what's going on, to be honest, because of the jackets. But the break keeps updating by the second with who is in it. Who was I going to put in there? I don't know if Ben Healy will be able to hold on in an attack in the last climb, if there's one. Who should I put in the... Let me think. Right, I'll just add Healy into it, because why not? And then if I need to change it, I need to change it. So there's a poll there. I should have added I don't know category, because that's where I am currently sat, because I don't know who's going to win it. But I've got Tobias Hallen Johannesson, Igor Arietta of UAE, and Ben Healy. The camera is now back on the Lipowitz group here. Is that Ian Izagiri struggling to hang on? There's a gap here, like a pretty big gap for a Cofidis rider off the back. But there's no number on the back, so I can't tell who it is. I don't know if it's Aaron Baru or Igor Arietta. What? I don't know if it's Aaron Baru or Ian Izagiri. Oh. Camera's now back on the front of the race here. Another Uno X rider drops off. Skelmos is still at the back. 16.6 kilometers to go. So it'll not be long now until we're on to the final climb. They finished the final... I think they are on the final climb. I just don't think my thing is... Yeah, I think they're on the final climb now. But my PCS just hadn't updated. UAE with every single rider at the front of this group. The gap for Paul Sexas has disappeared off the screen. I think it had over 3 minutes now, so they've just got rid of it. I think the GC group is going to catch Paul Sexas here again. But we're on the climb now. They finished the climb with exactly 10 kilometers to the finish. And there's 16.2 kilometers to go, so they're about a kilometer up it. It doesn't get steep until the final 3K, so with about 13 kilometers to go, we will see the steepest section with potential attacks, as now EF Education moves to the front. So Bolocki is still in there for EF Education. Ben Healy as well. And I think Michael Leonard was the other EF Education rider that was in this group. So what is the... apparently Paul Sexas has been caught by the GC group that are now 3 minutes and 5 seconds down the road. The virtual general classification as it stands is Paul Sexas in first, Tobias Hallen Johannesson in second, Lipowitz in third, Ian Izagiri in fourth, and Igor Arietta in fifth. So this will be massive for Uno X if they're able to keep this gap and pull it off. Because I don't think... Maybe that's why Paul Sexas was trying to catch. He didn't want that gap going out. Well, I mean, he's 2 minutes and 54 seconds down in the virtual GC in second place, but this would be a massive loss for Red Bull after sitting in second and third. They only now have one They've Florian Lipowitz in third, and where's Roglic? He's now in 10th, so he's about to drop out of the top 10 in GC. So that is Red Bull. Red Bull's position went from very good to panic stations at the moment. So exactly 15 kilometers to go now. UAE are still at the front doing all the work here in the breakaway, or the front of the race, or whatever you want to call them. But UAE are at the front now. They have 4 teammates. Igor Arieta, who I think is going to be going for this stage. Groschartner from UAE as well. Novak and Marc Soler. Now they're no longer at the front. Or what group is this? Sorry, this is the... Hold up, where are we? Sorry, Bolocki isn't in the front of the race. That's my bad. He's in the GC group now, so he's dropped back to the GC group. EF Education have 4 riders in the GC group as they move to the front. 3 minutes and 11 seconds down the road. So that is my bad. I thought that was the breakaway they were showing. But the gap is it is growing. But it's down to 3:10, so it dropped the second, but it has grown in the past 10 kilometers. Hello, Bobby. All good. Chris Horner has to demote Primoz off his page 1 and probably promote Sexas. It's hard when an excellent older cyclist starts to fade. Do you bow out early or fade to grey? Just depends. It depends on your ego. If you're able to accept it, you bow out early, and if you still think you've got it, you fade into grey. But Novak is leading the front of the race here. He's the UAE rider at the front. Now there's 14.1 kilometers to go. 1 kilometer until they get to the steepest part of this climb. The final 3k have an average of 8%. So not long to go now, 1 kilometer. And I hope we see a few attacks on it. But the front of the race has now dwindled down to 17 riders. Uno X went with 5 riders, went from having 5 riders, including Tobias Allen Johannesson, to now only have 1 rider, and that is Tobias Allen Johannesson. Chris is still a young buck to some of us. Skelmos is still at the back of this group, but he doesn't seem to be struggling. He seems pretty comfortable at the back here. Gap is still 3 minutes and 10 seconds from the front. Or sorry. The gap is still 3 minutes and 10 seconds from the front of the race to the Paul Sexas group, who is now the GC group because he has been caught. 13.5k to go. So let's hope it kicks up here. Tobias Allen Johannesson is sat in about... he's sat in about 4th wheel. So he is. Who is that? Is that an Ineos rider? Is that Andrew? Well, it says Andrew August. I don't know if it actually is him because there was Peter Oxenberg as well. He was in the breakaway, so I don't know if it is him or not. But it says Andrew August. I think he's sat in about 5th wheel. I think he's on the wheel of Tobias Allen Johannesson. Ben Healy sat in about the middle of the group. And then, like I've said a bunch of times, Skelmos is at the back. Camera now pans back to the GC group with... What? Is that Uno X pacing at the front? Or is that Ineos? I can't tell with these jackets in the rain. Love how Uno X is riding. Agree. They've been trying to get a stage win here, and every single stage they just add an extra rider into the breakaway. They had 5 today, and they are racing pretty well. It's just a shame that Tobias Allen Johannesson is yet to get a stage win. He got second in stage 4 after losing out to Aaron Baru, but I think he's hoping to finally get his first World Tour win here. So we're at 12.6k to go now. UAE are still pacing at the front. We're into the steepest sections of the climb now. The gap from the front of the race to the Paul Sexas and GC riders is 3 minutes and 10. like I said earlier, if you are just joining, the virtual general classification standings are as follows. Paul Sexas in first. Tobias Hallen Johannesson is in second. He moves up 9 places. 2:45 down. Now, this was updated 7 minutes ago, but he's currently sat in second. Florian Lipowitz third. Izagiri fourth. And Arietta fifth. So they get onto the steep section here with a lot of the crowd as Andrew August attacks out the front for Ineos. He's put... That doesn't look like Andrew... I'm so confused. Andrew August puts in a massive attack here. Who is that? Is that Movistar? Someone from Movistar is following his wheel. It is Raul Garcia, sorry. That is who follows from Movistar. I thought it was a rider from UAE. Who's that? Is that a rider from Alpecin? Alpecin have 3 riders. They have De Bruyne, Verstringa and Gal Gliver. But Andrew August goes clear. With only one rider able to follow. Oh. Does UAE think they have someone who can win after driving hard? Ben Healy is now dropping from this group. Oh, you're joking. Oh, Ben Healy's dropping. That's a shame. That's a shame. What was I going to say? Yeah, I do. I think UAE believe Arietta could maybe get something out of this stage, or even Grosschartner as well. But I don't think his name's not in the group anymore. That's good. Izagiri, he is on his last season. This is his last season, so he's making it a good one. And he has proven that he still does have it. But Andrew August and Raul Garcia from Movistar both go clear here. PCS says the gap is 5 seconds to the group behind. I will wait for an actual confirmation on the live feed. But there's 11.7 kilometers to go. Looks like a rider from Alpecin is trying to bridge the gap. There's someone trying to catch them. There's a few groups here now. There's 4 off the back, Ben Healy, 5 off the back, sorry. A UAE rider, Ben Healy, an Alpecin rider, Groupama rider, and a Caja Rural rider. There's 3 up the road. One, I believe, is Tobias Hallen Johannesson. Sorry, I thought it was 3. That's the actual group. It was just 3 riders off the back of it. But Tobias Hallen Johannesson is still there. I actually can't tell. The camera is blurry, and the bike's that far away. You can't tell with it. There's an attack on the left hand side, but I don't know what team it's for. Who is that? I can't tell. But we're back to the front here. Andrew August still at the front with Raul Garcia in his wheel. Movistar looking pretty strong here in this Itzulia Basque Country, and have been. They had Juan Pedro Lopez in the breakaway for the past 2 stages looking very strong. Tess Facion looked very strong. Javier Romo as well looked brilliant. And then Kian Uterbrooks as well, who's fighting for GC. Well, he's not fighting for... He's fighting for positions in the top 10, not for the actual GC. 37 and retiring this year. I would have bet on Soler to drop before Ben. Froome is 41 next month. G retired at 39. I bet Johannesson wins. How much money are you sticking on that, Shelley? Because I'm willing to bet he gets second. I'm willing to bet he gets a podium. So there's a chasing group behind. It looks to be a rider from Picnic. Who was that? Who was the rider? It was Frank van der Broek from Picnic. And then there's a rider from Alpecin who I'm not sure who it is. It is either De Bruyne, Verstringa or Gal Gliver. Or Gliver. I don't know how to pronounce it. I was meant to check how to pronounce his name. And 5p. That is a massive bet there. Oh, I forgot the Grand National was on. I missed it. It's 4:30 now. I forgot it started at 4. I don't even know who won it. Let me see if I can have a look. With 10.8 Ks to go. As it stands, Andrew August is out the front. It looks like what is happening here. Motorbike's filming the bushes. I think Raul Garcia is... I don't know what that camera angle was, but it looks like Raul Garcia has dropped, or either he's up the front of Andrew August, but he wasn't behind him. Let me have a look. Do we think that Sexas will make the tour interesting? Yeah, I think if he does go, it will definitely add more excitement to the tour. 100%. 100%. Grand National 20. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the results here. There's no way. Sorry, Raul Garcia is still with him. He's still on his wheel. Right, group behind, group 3. So there's 2 riders up the road. It is Gal Gliver from Alpecin and Frank van der Broek. They're 17 seconds down on Andrew August and Raul Garcia Pierna. Then 31 seconds down is Tobias Hallen Johannesson, Filippo Fiorelli, Verstringa and Velasco of Astana. But Andrew August has now dropped Raul Garcia as he's gone solo here with 1.1 kilometers to the top of the final climb. I am Maximus won the Grand National. Are you kidding me? Again? Jeez. That's pretty good there. Right. Where was it? Sorry, I was in horse racing mode there. Glivar, right? Glivar. So I'm calling him wrong again. I was calling him Glivar. Unsure if he goes, but yeah. Rogla dropped from Sexas group. He dropped from the Sexas group ages ago. Like way ages ago. Like I'm talking I actually don't know when he dropped it. But Andrew August is clear here. I would love to see him win this. This is obviously someone else who's up and coming. He's 20 years old. He won a stage there in the, what was it? Was it the Valencia? Yeah, the Volta Valencia. He won a stage in that. He also won the youth classification in the Coppi Ed Bartali, which I didn't actually know. He won the youth classification in that. He got second in the youth classification at the Tour de la Provence or whatever. But he did get a win there in the Volta Valencia. I would love to see him win this. 20 years old for Ineos. Definitely one to watch for the future. Fiorelli climbing as well. Yes, that is. I'm sure you're glad to see that, Bobby, with Visma rider climbing, other than Ben Tullett. But come on, I'm actually rooting for Andrew August now. Should I change the poll? 9.8k to go. Yeah, because the poll, like, everyone is voting for other. Right, let's get a... Oh my god. Did I type something into the chat there? Right. I'll keep Johannesson. I'll keep Johannesson in there because I don't actually know who else to add. I just wanted to do this so I could get Andrew August into it. So there's 500 meters to the top of this climb. Who else will I add? I'll add Fiorelli just so Bobby can have a vote. I'll add him in. Do like Bobby to have a vote here? Is he still there? Yeah, he is. So we've still got that 4 chasing. 49 seconds down. Yikes, actually I might take Fiorelli out of it. And I might take Johannesson out of it. I think Andrew August is going to win it. Actually, I'll just do 2. I'll do 2 options. Right. I've got 2 options. Actually, I'll do 3. I'll do 3. I'll do one for Cat as well. Right, there we go. New polls up. It's either going to be Andrew August to win, he gets caught, or you don't know. I'm going to go for him to win. I want him to win. This would be brilliant for him. Very hard to root for a hard change on a hard charge on a descent in weather. Ineos doing quite well so far this season. They are indeed. Thought he was just a fit sprinter. Well, actually, I remember, what was it? Lantern Rouge on their podcast. They said that, what do you call him? Forgot his name. Not Benji, the other one. I feel bad saying that, but I actually forgot his name. He said that the reason Visma signed him was to be a lead out man for Matthew Brennan. So August has now completed the final climb. There is 9 kilometers to go as he is now onto the descent. Don't know the gap for Raul Garcia of Movistar, but PCS says the gap for Van der Broek and Glivar of Alpecin is 21 seconds. I know the gap for Johannesson, it's on TV. It is 53 seconds for Johannesson, Filippo Fiorelli, Verstringa, and Velasco of Astana. They're 54 seconds down. Paul Sexas and the GC riders are 3 minutes and 47 seconds down. Patrick, yes, that's his name, Patrick. He said the reason that they signed Filippo Fiorelli was to lead out Matthew Brennan. That's what I was trying to say. Never trust a dude with two names as one. I forgot that he could, to be honest. But yeah, I remember when he was in Bardiani at the Giro. Oh. So 8 kilometers. Let's change this. I need to pace myself for tomorrow. I don't want to have a heart attack. But Andrew August is he finished it? Is that it over? No, he's still on it. I thought he had finished it, just going into a town there. But no, he's still on it. 7.6 kilometers to go. He's still on his own. There's no gap times for Movistar's Ruel Garcia yet. I don't know if he's been caught by Frank van den Broek or Gal Gliver. PCS says they're 21 seconds down. I think I've said that already. But the gap for the Johannesson group is growing, and it's growing by a couple seconds only. It's went from about 53 to 56. Oh, I can't watch. He's on the descent. On the road. Oh, that was hard. It was hard to watch that corner. That was hard watching that corner. You just had visions of him coming off the bike. Come on, Frankie. I don't actually know where he is. They haven't got a camera on him or anything. They've got a camera on the Johannesson group and Andrew August, obviously, but they don't have a camera in between. So I don't know what's going on between. What group's this? Is this the Paul Sexas group? Yes, it is. So the Paul Sexas group has Harold Tejada, Lipowitz, Paul Sexas, Javier Romo. It actually looks fairly small, so I don't know who has dropped out of this. Ian Izagiri's there as well, so is Peo Bilbao. But that seems to be it. They're towards the top of the climb now. The virtual overall standings is Lipowitz in second, Johannesson third. As the gap now for Paul Sexas to the front of the race hits 4 minutes. That'll obviously decrease when Paul Sexas gets onto the descent here. So it will. Cheers, mate. Very considerate. So 50% actually think Andrew August is going to get caught here. I don't think he is. I think Johannesson, well, their time gap is 1 minute and 3 down on him now. I don't know. I'm still yet to get or see if there is anyone in between, but I don't know the time gap's there. Andrew August is looking over his shoulder to see who is behind him, but these roads are narrow on this descent here. Well, that section he was in. We're into the final 4.5 kilometers now, so we're into the final 5k. Jeez. He's going fairly quick. Final 4 kilometers of the last stage of the Itzulia Basque Country. And it looks like the 20-year-old from the United States, Andrew August, is potentially going to win here. He's currently going 70 kilometers an hour down this descent. The Johannesson group is doing 78 kilometers an hour. What? Paul Sexas's group is doing 60 kilometers an hour. Right, here we go. We've got a. Oh no, I thought it was. It's just the group of 4, the Johannesson group. There on the descent. You can hear the brakes as they're pulling on the brakes. You can actually hear it through the camera. I mostly want people to be careful descending. I'm the same here. I'm just watching it. I'm going, you can just see it happening. So you can. Did Lipo try to attack today, or is he just riding for second? Good question. I don't actually know. Lipo attacked very early in the stage. Well, there you go. There's your answer. But all I know is Paul Sexas attacked on the category 2 climb in the middle of the stage to try and catch the group up ahead, but he didn't. He ended up getting caught himself. This is the favourites group now. 4 minutes and 5 seconds down. If it helps that I'm... Pardon me. It helps that it's not cold. Lipo has to salvage something for Red Bull. Yeah, he's going to try his best to keep a hold on the second here, because Tobias Allen Johannesson is 3 minutes up the road on them. The gap between them is 2... I don't know what 2:57. Sorry, the gap is between the Paul Sexas group and Johannesson. Right, so we're into the final 2.4 kilometers. Andrew August is still out on his own. The camera is currently on him there. It was on the other groups before. So we're into the final 2 kilometers. I still don't know if there is anyone on his wheel. He's currently sitting at 50 kilometers an hour. The 3 people that were chasing him was Raul Garcia of Movistar. He did initially go with him, but he got dropped on the climb. Frank van den Broek as well as Gal Gleaver are... I don't know where they are. I don't know if they got caught by Tobias Allen Johannesson or all 3 of them are in a group chasing Andrew August. But we're into the final 2 kilometers now. The gap from the Johannesson group to Andrew August is 1 minute and 9 seconds. So they aren't going to catch him. But for me, PCS says Garcia is 20 seconds back, question mark, and it says this for Frank van den Broek and the Gal Gleaver group is 34 seconds back, question, so they don't even know the times. I hope they don't catch him here in the final kilometer. EF Riding was for nothing. Boudin dropped from Sexas group. You're joking. Oh, yeah, because the Sexas group is a lot smaller. So yeah, Chapousson, Utebrooks, Kevin Vacklin and Alex Boudin, according to PCS, have all dropped from the Paul Sexas group, which consists of Harold Tejada, Lipowitz, Paul Sexas, Javier Romo, Peo Bilbao and Ian Izagiri. So with 1.2 kilometers to go as Andrew August is going right around this roundabout. No issues, thankfully. Looks like he is going to go on to win this. This is a massive win for him. It is going to be, I think it's going to be his first World Tour race ever. Yeah, it's going to be his second win of his career. Second win of the season and his first ever World Tour race at 20 years old. Who does August ride for? August rides for Ineos, so he does. Right, the PCS have finally updated. Apparently, Raul Garcia is 7 seconds behind Andrew August with 700 meters to go. Can we get the camera off the Tobias Allen Johannesson group and back on the August? He had one more corner there to the right, and he was able to make it with no issues. 600 meters to go as the camera pans back to this Tobias Allen Johannesson group. No offense, I don't really care. I would rather see Andrew August win here and how far Raul Garcia is back. But I think they've just finished up the descent here. Here he is, Andrew August. Couldn't really see anyone behind him. That is a very wide corner. But here we go. Andrew August with the finish line in his sight, out of the saddle. Anyone behind him? There's Raul Garcia now going around that wide corner, so there is a gap, just not small enough for him to catch him. As Andrew August looks behind him, hands in the air, hands on the head. He can't believe what he has just done. He has just won his first ever World Tour win at 20 years old for Ineos. Second win of his career. What a win. That was a brilliant attack from him on the final Categories 2 climb. Raul Garcia of Movistar, he is going to finish in second place. So another podium for Movistar, back-to-back podiums. And it looks like we're going to get a battle for third here between Frank de Broek and Gal Gleaver. As Frank de Broek attacks on the left-hand side, Gal Gleaver onto his wheel. Is he going to be able to come round him? Frank de Broek now sits on. He gets out of the saddle again. It doesn't look like Gleaver's going to get it. And Frank de Broek comes in third. Sorry, I was about to say second. As the Tobias Allen Johannesson group now comes around this wide bend. As Tobias Allen Johannesson is leading them onto the final straight. with Velasco on his wheel, Filippo Fiorelli in third, and Verstringa in fourth. As Filippo Fiorelli launches on the left-hand side, is he going to get it though? He launches, Verstringa on his wheel, Velasco sat in third, Tobias Allen Johannesson looks out of it, but it looks like Filippo Fiorelli is going to come in fourth with Velasco in fifth. So that is, I'm going to wait for the Paul Sexas group to come through. But who is this crossing the line now? Everyone else that is just dropped off the back one by one. They're all covering. They're I can't even think of the word. They are all coming over the finish line now. Is that Ben Healy? It is Ben Healy. Brilliant ride from him today. I think he finishes in the top 10, potentially. But I'm going to wait and see. So much going on. Agreed, there's a lot going on. Today was like a junior race. Crazy. Yeah, everyone was all over the road. Doesn't happen too often that Healy gets dropped that hard in the rain. Well, he did look good until he did get caught. He looked very good in the breakaway until he got caught. And then he dropped out the back, unfortunately. But Andrew August with an unreal performance for himself. But that was some performance. Anyways. So Andrew August wins his first ever World Tour race before Florian Lipowitz. That is a crazy sentence to say. So it is. But the future's bright for him. 100%. And don't forget, he also had a brilliant time trial as well. I forgot, I just clicked on his profile there. I'd just seen it. He also had a brilliant time trial. He got 7th in the time trial. So cracking race. Nice to see everyone. See you all tomorrow. No worries, Shelley. I will see you tomorrow for the Paris-Roubaix. I'm going to wait for the Paul Sexas group to cross the line here, and then I'm going to head off myself. But I see what you did there, Final. What? Oh, right. Is me plugging my stream tomorrow. But yes, I'm expecting a lot of people to drop off. But don't forget, I am live for the Paris-Roubaix tomorrow. So subscribe to stay updated. Don't forget to like the video as well. Well done, August. Thanks again. See you tomorrow for the best one-day race. You will need a defib for the finish. I hope I do need a defibrillator for the finish. Thank you for doing this. No problem, Sharky. And yeah. Oh. How long is this Sexas group going to take here? Let's see how long they're going to take. They were 4 minutes down. Right, here they are now. This is them here. They're coming around the wide bend. There is a group of 6. Lipowitz is still there. Sexas and Lipowitz at the back of this group, with Javier Romo leading them on to the final straight, with Ian Izagiri sat in second. As Javier Romo now launches the sprint, Ian Izagiri in second. Is he going to come round him? I don't know why I'm trying to commentate it like this, but Ian Izagiri now launches on the left-hand side, as Ian Izagiri is going to win in this group of 6 of the GC riders. Obviously looking to get as many seconds out of it as possible. But Paul Sexas has just finished. He is the first French rider to win a stage race since 2007. The wait is finally over for the French fans, as he does it with an absolutely unbelievable race throughout the whole week. Unreal from Paul Sexas. Andrew August obviously coming in first today, but Paul Sexas wins 3 stages out of 6. And it was just unbelievable from him. I'm so far behind from Stuttering Network. Great stream once again. Thank you, Kat. Nice job. Thank you. But yes, I'm going to head off here. So if you have been joining me all week for the Itzulia Basque Country, thank you. It is much appreciated. And if you have been at the start of this stream as well today, it is much appreciated as well. But don't forget, tomorrow, Paris-Roubaix, one of my favourite races of the year. It is tomorrow. I'm going to be live for it. So if you want to come and watch along with it, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching the Final K, and all the best.